Yeah, so I've always been super into art and drawing, and I used to do a lot of like realism paintings and portraits and draw faces a lot. Worked my way away from doing all that stuff because it takes way too much time and you're way too critical on yourself, and if you make a mistake the whole thing's pretty much ruined, and it just became not very fun. So that's when I started just like doodling stuff like this. I would just like draw on my grip tape. I started selling grip tape actually when I was like maybe 19. I was making like slices of grip tape, and I would buy like a whole box from the skate shop. I'd go buy like a 50 pack of Mob, and I would sit in my bedroom at night and paint all of the grip tapes and sell them to my friends. That kind of like started the whole vibe of how I make stuff now, like the poppy colors and big lines. I used a lot of paint markers and stuff, so that's kind of how my art started to tie into skateboarding originally. I ended up meeting Luke from 303, and I gave him some of my old footage, and he basically took it to the shop, and within like 2 or 3 days I got a phone call from Sam, and he was like, dude, you should come into the shop, like I want to meet you, we should talk. And I was literally like, it was just so funny because I'm just like a kid from Iowa, you know, kid from the middle of nowhere, and came out to a place where I literally knew nobody. And within like a couple weeks I was getting a phone call from like the guy that owned the coolest shop out here, and so that was mind-blowing. Fast forward to like 2023, my knee had just had enough of all my stuff and finally blew out. I was out filming a clip for a 303 video, and I just jumped off of a handrail, pretty like standard bail, like nothing crazy, landed pretty normal, and my knee just fully gave out. So ended up getting ACL surgery, meniscus, and then my surgeon told me that basically like all of the cartilage in my knee was missing. He told me originally I was looking at like 3 surgeries to get my knee back to where it was supposed to be, and even then like I would probably never like fully recover from that one. And then yeah, it was almost a full year before I started doing anything physically like active again. Kind of started to like panic and like freak out a little bit, where I was like, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills. So I ended up back in my guest room and got my little corner set up in here and just started painting like every day. That's kind of my main goal, is, you know, to just find happiness outside of losing my mind on my skateboard. So yeah, getting back to skateboarding has been awesome though, also at the same time, just because I feel like a kid again. That like whole process of relearning how to do a kickflip, like it's the same feeling doing my first kickflip after surgery at 28 years old that it was when I was, you know, 10 years old when I did my very first kickflip. So that's a really cool feeling. It does not change as you get older. If you learn a new trick or relearn a new trick, it's still just as exciting. And it's humbled me in that way a lot, where I'm like, oh yeah, even just doing a fucking front shove feels cool as hell. And I'm like super happy that I was able to like open my brain back up to that.